Homework knocked out. Got all the odd ones as usual. Write an equation in slope-intercept form for the line that passes through the point. Well, we know when it's x, it passes through y at 5, so that's my starting point. So that's definitely going to be part of this. Since it's 5, I know there's going to be a positive 5 right there. And then there's the slope. We can take the slope formula, any one of these, or any two of these will work. Remember, it's y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And let's just try this one, 5 minus 0. All right. And then, I'm sorry, it's y, 5 minus 4. Sorry about that. It's y minus y. So that's 5 minus 4. And 0 minus 2. 0 minus, should we say, negative 2. Well, 5 minus 4 equals 1. And then a negative times a negative, that's positive. So this would be 0 plus 2. And that's 1/2. So we have 1/2 x. All right? So we'll have y equals 1/2 x plus 5, if I'm correct. Let's see how we did. Y equals 1/2 x plus 5. All right, let's go to number 3. Solve the equation. Check your solution. I'm going to check this. I have 3/4 c minus 1/4 c. That's going to leave 2/4 c, which is 1/2 c. And then on this side, we're going to have to subtract 3, which means we'll subtract 3 from this side. If I'm correct, we're going to have 1/2 c equals, well, here it goes, right, what we've got out so far. These two together here will give us 1/2 c. That's because 3/4 minus 1/4 would be 2/4, right? And 2/4 can be divided by 2 on each side, which gives us 1/2. And then we'll have to subtract 3 from this side, which means I'll subtract 3 from this side. And that will give us equals 4. And then we have to multiply by the inverse, which is 2 over 1. Right? And that will give us c all by itself. But then I have to multiply this side by 2 over 1 as well. And 4 times 2 is 8. So c is going to equal 8 if I'm correct. Let's go ahead and erase this and check it. C equals 8. All right, number 5. We're going to have to distribute properties. And if we distribute, we're going to have negative 3 times x and negative 3 times 8. This is going to turn this to 6x minus 3x minus 24, because negative 3 times x is a negative 3x. Negative 3 times 8 is a negative 24. And that equals 9. Now I have 6x minus 3x. Well, that's going to be 3x. And then minus 24 equals 9. I'm going to have to add 24 to both sides so I can isolate my variable. 9 plus 24 should give me 33. Now I have 3x equals 33. I'll divide each side by 3. Give me x is 11. So number 5 should be x is 11. Let's find out if that's correct. X is 11. All right, let's move on. Number 6 is for you to do. Number 7 says Using a graph to solve a problem, the equation below represents the number y of tickets sold after X weeks for two different local music festivals, okay? Country Music Festival and the Pop Music Festival. After how much time have the same number of tickets been sold for both the festivals? What is the number of tickets sold at that time? Well, the way to do this, well, we see the answer is 3.5 weeks and 105 tickets. The way we're going to solve this, a little trickier than just revealing the answer. All right, we had to alter that a little bit. First of all, apologies, didn't have the information here that you actually needed. First, you're going to have to graph these according to your work. After you do, you'll see that you're going to get the lines crossing. This is y equals 10x plus 150. This is y equals 20x plus 115. And I don't know why they have this labeled like this, because, yeah, this is, okay, this is 115, but then they have this one pointed at the same line. They should have this one pointed at this line, and I apologize for that. It's a weird graph, I didn't make it. And then they give the coordinates 3.5 and 185. So, of course, where they intersect is where they're going to meet. You could check this very easily by using these numbers. And I could say that, well, if x is 3.5, I can say, let's see, and y is 185. I can say 185 is equal to 10 times 3.5 plus 150. And if we work this, we see they get 185 is going to be equal to, well, 10 times anything, just bring the decimal over. So this is 35x, or actually 35 plus 150. And 35 plus 150 is 185. So that's true. That's a true statement. And you do the same thing to the other one, right? We're going to plug it in over here. So you say that 185 is going to be equal to 20 times 3.5 and let's see, plus 115. And if we do this, we see 20 times 3.5. Well, that's going to give me my decimal over plus 3.5 times that, that's 70. So 185 equals 70 plus 115. And 70 plus 115 is 185. So you can see you just plug in the x and y to both the problems, and if they do indeed equal each other, that means that it works for both equations and it's true. So in this case, yes, 3.5 weeks and 185 tickets. Number 9 is X, tell whether the ordered pair is a solution of the system of linear equations. They're going to give you the ordered pair, you're going to plug them in just like I did a second ago. I'll give you one more demonstration. We're going to take 6 as y for this one. So 6 is going to be equal to negative 1 plus 7. And we know 7 minus 1 is 6. So this is 6 equals 6. That check's fine. Now down here, we're going to take 6 for y, and we're going to put equal to negative 3 times x, which is negative 1. And then we're going to add that to 4. All right? And let's see here. Let's tell whether the ordered pair is a solution or not. Remember, this is going to be 6 equals, we got negative 3 times negative 1. That's going to give us 3. And 3 plus 4, unfortunately, is 7, not 6. So this does not work. So tell whether the ordered pair is a solution? No. Number 9 is not a solution. And let's go ahead and check that. No, not a solution. All right, let's continue out with just the answers this time. And you guys work those the same way I just did a little while ago. Number 11, we'll plug in 1 for y, negative 2 for x. We'll see how that works. And it is not a solution. Number 13, not a solution. Number 15, a solution. Okay? Let's go ahead and keep moving on. We already gave a demonstration of these, and I see no reason to keep on doing it over and over again. Next, use a graph to solve it. So if we're using the graph here, what's going to be our solution? Our solution should be y is, let's see, this coordinate would be y is 3 and x is 3. So it would be 3 and 3. Okay, let's find out. If we got the first one, it says y is equal to negative x plus 6. Well, that means that 3 is equal to negative 3 plus 6. And 6 minus 3 is 3. That checks out. So let's check the next one, y equals x. Well, that's just 3 equals 3, right? So that checks out as well. This ordered pair is going to be, oh my gosh, I did number 6, didn't I? Yep. Okay, serves me right for not looking. Got a freebie there. Let's do number 7 then. If we look at this one, we get the coordinate answers of x is 2 and y is 1. So if I use this particular one, I'm going to have 1 equals, let's see, 2 times 2 minus 3. All right, this is going to give me 1 equals 4 minus 3. And that's going to give me 1 equals 1, which is good. When we check this one here, you see we're going to get y now is 1 again. And this time, negative 3 is getting multiplied to x, which is 2. And then we're going to add 7. And this is 1 equals negative 3 times 2 is negative 6 plus 7. 7 minus 6 is 1. So 1 does equal 1. That is going to be yes. To solve it, you're going to have 2 and 1. All right? Let's try that. 2 and 1. Over here for 19, this one's going to be a kind of a tough one because we're right in the middle here. We got 1, 2, 3, then kind of like 3 and a half, I would say. So x would be 3.5. This is just guessing. We've got to check it. And then y would be 1. So let's check that. If this is the case, well, for this one, we'd have y is 1. It would equal a negative 2 I don't know why I put parentheses there. Y would be equal, 1 would be equal to negative 2 times 3.5 plus 8. Okay? That means 1 is equal to a negative times a positive is a negative. 2 times 3.5 would be 7 plus 8. And that's going to give us 1 equals 1. That works. Let's try this one down here now. This would give us 1 for y will be equal to 3.5 minus 2.5. Well, 3.5 minus 2.5 is also 1, and that checks. So this one's going to be 3.5 and 1. And we could check that out really quick. 3.5 and 1. All right, let's go to number 21. Solve the system by graphing. So we're going to have to graph these. And if I graph this, I see that I'm going to have x equals 2x plus 5. And then y equals 1/2 x minus 1. When they cross together, I get negative 4 and negative 3 for an answer. So my answer would be negative 4 and negative 3. All right, for number 23, when I graph these by solving it, I'm going to go through my y-axis at 27 and then be going down 1 and over 1. And then for this one, I'm going to be crossing 3 and going up 1 over 1. They're going to meet at 12 and 15 right here. And number 25, this one's going to be crossing my y-axis at negative 7, going up 1 over 1. This one's going to be crossing my y-axis at 5, but going down 0.5. That's 1/2. So it's going to be going down down 1 and over 2. That would be 1/2. All right. Number 27. This graph is going to look like this. We see we're crossing at negative 5 down here, and then it's a negative 3, so it's going down 3 and over 1 as it crosses here, right? So it's over 1 and up 3, over 1 and up 3 for this line. And then on this one, we see we're crossing at 1, and then we're going up 6 and over 1. So we'll also be going down 6 and over 1. They'll be crossing here at negative 2/3 and negative 3. 29 says your friend solves the system of linear equations below. Is your friend correct? Well, it says if I take this one, it's crossing through 1, and it's going to be going up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, 1/2. And then this one here is going to be at 7 and going down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. And it says here they're going to cross at 4 and 3. It says the solution of the linear system is x equals 4. No, I would say it's going to be 4 and 3. Solution should be xy, right? So that would be 4 and 3. 31 says, to rent an apartment, you must pay monthly rent in addition to a one-time security deposit. The cost for apartments in 2 different buildings are shown on the table. Write the system of linear equations that represents the situation. Well, if we write this, the security deposit, that's my starting point, 150, and then I'll be going up 600 and over 1 for 1 month. Over here, I'll be starting at 400 and going up 550 and over 1. So over here, we'll have, for the garden towers, y equals 600x plus 150. This would be y for the Tree Hill apartment, y equals 150x plus 400. Will the cost of the apartments ever be equal? If so, in what month? Well, eventually they will be equal. Let me see, because these do not share a line. Let's see if they're starting here in the lower one, and this is going to be a steeper rate. And this is going to be at a less steeper rate, but it's higher. Yeah, eventually they will meet. Yes, in month 5, they will have connected. All right, let's go to 33. You and your friend are in a canoe race on the Blackwater River. Your friend is a half mile in front of you and paddling 3 miles per hour. You're paddling 3.4 miles per hour. You are 8.5 miles from the finish line. How long will it take you to catch up to your friend? Okay. Well, remember, your friend is a half mile in front of you and paddling 3 miles an hour, and you are paddling 3.4. You're going faster than him, but he's ahead of you. He has a starting point that's ahead of you. You are 8.5 miles from the finish line. How long will it take you to catch up with him? Well, about 1.25 hours. Okay, 1.25 hours. All right. And let's see. You both maintain your paddling rate. For the remainder of the race, how far ahead of your friend will you be when you cross the finish line? You'll be about a half mile ahead of him. Okay, I'm sorry, I couldn't in good conscience just leave you with that answer of 1.25 and 0.5 without showing you how to do that. So I brought this in just to help out. I'm sorry. Well, we're talking about your friend, and you remember your friend is a half mile in front of you, paddling 3 miles per hour. So over here, we put that you are paddling 4.3, and that we're going to put that equal to your friend paddling at 3, plus he's ahead of you by half a mile. Okay, so remember, we're going to have to combine our like terms. We're going to take this 3 and turn it and combine it with a negative 3x. Bring it over here, and that gives us 0.4x equals 0.5. We'll divide by 0.4, which means we'll divide by 0.4 over here. 0.5 divided by 0.4 is 1.25. That's how we know 1.25 hours. So that's 1 hour and 15 minutes. So you will catch up with your friend an hour and 15 minutes. By putting yourself equal to each other, you can find out how much time it's going to take to be equal to you. All right. Next, it said you both maintain your paddling rates for the remainder of the race. How far ahead of your friend will you be when you cross the finish line? Well, remember, you're going at 3.5x. He is going, we're putting this equal to 8.5, okay? And that's because it says you both maintain your paddling rates for the remainder of the race. How far ahead of your friend will you be when you cross the finish line? It says you are 8.5 miles from the finish line, right? And it said over here that how long will it take you to catch up with your friend? An hour and 25 minutes. And you're paddling at 3 miles an hour, right? So in 1 hour and 15 minutes, let's see, if he's paddling that and you're paddling this, it says here in 1 hour and 15 minutes, you'll catch him. And 8.5 miles from the finish line, you realize that at 1 hour, you're already going to be at, see, that's already going to put you at 5.5 in another 15 minutes just to catch him. It's going to put you, oh, well, let's look. You've got 8.5 miles left, okay? And this is for, you're paddling 8.4, and to equal to 8.4x miles per hour, put it to 8.5, and when you divide by 3.4, you're going to get 2.5. Now you're going to cross the finish line after 2.5 hours, okay? And find out how far your friend has arrived after 2.5 hours. Well, remember your friend is at 3x plus 5, so at 2.5 hours, times 3 plus 0.5 is going to be 8. All right, so when you finish the race, your friend will have rode 8 miles. And you have been 0.5 miles ahead of your friend when you finish the race. All right, so it says how far ahead of your friend will you be when you cross the finish line. You'll be a half mile ahead of them. All right, 34 is for you to do. 35. Wow. Write a system of linear equations that fits the description. Use the graph to justify your answer. The solution of the system in the points on the line of y equals negative 9x plus 1. Write a system of linear equations that fits the description. Okay. We're going to go ahead and say that y equals x plus 1 because we got y equals 9x plus 1. We're putting that one here, right? We come down, we're going to hit x is, okay, we're starting at plus 1, and we know we're going down 1 and over 1 with x, right? Or excuse me, with negative 9, I apologize. We're coming down, down 9 and over 1, so we're going down 9 and over 1. And we're starting at 1. Now it's time to write a linear equation that fits the description. We're saying if you go through y equals x plus 1, you'll also meet here because you're crossing 1 and you're going to go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. So eventually you will cross right there at 0 and 1. Okay? Let's go to number 37. Gym charges $50 registration fee to join and a monthly fee of $24. Gym B charges $35 registration fee to join and a monthly fee of $27. Friend estimates that the Gym B is better deal if you plan to keep your membership for less than 7 months. Is your friend's estimate reasonable? Yes, the charge for the membership for Gym A and Gym B is equal to 5 months. The membership at the Gym B costs less for the first 4 months, and membership at Gym A costs less for 6 months, less for 6 or more months. If you keep the membership for less than 7 months, the charge for the Gym B is greater than Gym A, only for a 6-month membership. So the estimate is reasonable. All right. Number 39, solve the system of linear equations without graphing. Explain how you find your answer. Okay. This one, we see that we're going up 1 and over 3. This one is going up 4 and over 5. But they both intersect at 5 and 3. Okay, which means, let's see, if I'm solving this, okay, remember this is my starting point, so I'm going to put 5 and 3 here, because both of them are going to meet at 5 and 3, right? And I could also say, because I know that's the starting point, that 0 has to be x, right? Because that's where it crosses y. So I'm going to go with 0 and 5 over 3 and see how that does. 0 and 5 over 3. Set the right side of each equation equal to solve for x, and then use x to solve for y in the first equation. Looks like that's all that I have to do. The rest of yours, I'll see you in class for grading. Have a great night.